We are The Table, and we're so glad that you have taken time out of your week to join us. Welcome to our segment, In 5, where it is our hope that we will guide you forward in life and faith in the next 5 minutes. If you would like to take this conversation deeper and discover from a faith perspective, head on over to thetablejoliet.org.
Welcome to episode 2 of our segment called In 5, where we are trying to move you forward in life and in faith in 5 minutes or less. Hopefully less. We'll see if we can do it today. But we're currently looking at some of our favorite Christmas movies, some of your favorite Christmas movies, and we are still stuck on Elf because it is such an amazing movie. And the scene I want you to just maybe pause right now and you can go and find the movie. We'd love for you to watch is when Buddy goes in to the store and he sees Santa. And Santa shows up and he gets really excited about Santa. And then he gets in Santa's face and he realizes that he's not Santa and he realizes that he's a fake. In fact, I love the little kid sitting on Santa's lap and he keeps saying, "You're a fake. You're a fake." And I think that when we look at this scene, I think for me personally, it makes me think that often we are faking it until we make it. We fake it until you make it. In fact, when I was a pastor, or when I was studying to become a pastor, I can remember a professor saying one time, listen, there's going to come a point in your faith or in your life you're not going to be certain. And you just need to fake it until you make it. And I think that's the problem for many of us, is we just fake it until we make it. I mean, think about this. In leadership, if you're a business leader, if you lead your own team, if you have people that you are responsible for, I think many times we've been told that you pretend you know even when you don't know. You just fake it until you make it. Financially, I think this is a struggle for all of us, that financially, think about this, we spend money that doesn't exist to give us a life we think we deserve that others will ultimately dream of. And we're all just faking it financially. I mean, that's just kind of how, it's the American way. None of us have money, but we all pretend like we have more than what we do. Maybe you have faked it in friendships. Maybe you had a person in your life, you didn't like them, you didn't like how they treated people, you didn't like their character, but the only reason you had a friendship with them was so that you could have more opportunities. You know, their name afforded more opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have, if you weren't their friend. So you fake the relationship. And I think this is just a problem for a lot of us, is that so many times we're just faking it in life. And so one of the things I want to address, especially if you consider yourself a leader, we've been working with this idea of being a leader, that you're worth following. By default, people are following you and you are leading someone somewhere. We talked about that last week. But here's the thing. If you're a leader and you're faking it, in the words of somebody who is wise, you don't have it. If you fake it, you don't have it. In other words, I think people know. I mean, we live in a world now where people know you're faking it. They know when you don't have it. They know when you don't know. It's what I love about the millennial generation and Generation Z, is we have been marketed to so much, we can spot a fake from a mile away. We know, in the words of Buddy, when somebody smells like beef and cheese. Are you with me? And when somebody has a stench of a fake personality or questionable character, a lot of times we dismiss them. We don't want to follow them. We kind of think, yeah, they're just not worth it. And so I just want you to look deep down inside and ask this question, like, where in my life am I faking it until I make it? And if I fake it, then I really don't have it, which means this. When we realize we don't have it, we become insecure. And when we're insecure about what we don't have, right, we lose confidence. And when there's a lack of confidence, there is a loss of influence in other people's lives. Like, if you want to make a difference in somebody else's life, then you need to be confident. But if you're insecure, you can easily lose influence in somebody else's life. Think about this. At some point, you realized your parents didn't know it all, right? At some point, your kids are going to realize that you don't know it all. And you can either tell them the truth and you can give them the right answers, like just, hey, I don't know in this situation, or you can pretend like you know when you don't know. And over time, your kids could easily trust you less when they know that you're not telling them the truth. In the business world, sometimes we want to pretend like we know, but if we're just shooting from the hip, people know when we're not wise and we're not making wise decisions. They know when we're just shooting from the hip and we're just faking it. Maybe when it comes to those friendships that I was talking about earlier. At some point, if you don't get what you want, it's going to be uncovered. And so I would say this to you. Be simply you and stop pretending. Like, at the end of the day, we should be authentically us. And that people enjoy us and trust us and allow us to lead in their lives when we are just who we are. So be simply you. And here's the question I want to leave you with this week as you go into your week is, in my discovery of me, who am I attempting to be? In my discovery of me, who am I attempting to be? I'll try to end it quickly here. But one of the things as a pastor, that's what we do, that's what I do as a pastor is a lot of times when I first started, I would look to other pastors for help. I would listen to their thoughts, I would listen to their guidance, I would listen to their theology, I would listen to all the things that made them great. And then I would try to be like them. And when I would get on the platform to preach, I realized I'm not me. Like, in my discovery of me, who am I really trying to be? And I think over time, as I began to just dive in on my own, I realized that it was easier to preach. It was easier to lead when I was just being who I am. And so I'd encourage you this week with this question. In my discovery of me, who am I attempting to be?